Hey, wanted to have a conversation with you about sacrifices. Now, I'm not talking about the sacrifice that you do in order to get the job that you want. I'm not talking about the sacrifice that you do in order to obtain a goal that you're seeking. I'm talking about when people use you as a sacrifice. They use you as a sacrifice to whatever demonic spirit that they've actually imparted within themselves or they've actually placed within themselves. You know, what made me think about this is lately, I have seen more than a few stories about women who go on girls' trips with other women, and one of the friends just ends up missing or deleted. Now, it happened with the lady, the Mississippi boat, that went out with some friends. I believe her name was Tamia Taylor, and it happened with Chantel Robinson, the lady who went to Mexico with the people who were supposed to be her friends, and they ended up beating her to death. Now, I want everyone to understand that when demons lie in people, they don't necessarily show up with horns. The devil don't show up with horns. Demons don't show up with the devilish grin. They usually show up in your final moments where you can see them where they who they truly are. And when you put yourself around people for the sake of, you know, clout, for the sake of stunting, as I believe as the people say, as kids say, for, showing out or whatever, and you do that, you are more than likely going to place yourself around people who aren't good people. And those people, unbeknownst to themselves, have had a demon placed in their heart. That demon placed in their heart needs a sacrifice. And usually on a one of these trips where you go out, it's usually the most innocent of the person that's the sacrifice. And the sacrifice don't have to be somebody just taking your life. The sacrifice could actually be somebody pushing you into something that they know is going to taint your spirit, that they know is going to corrupt your soul, something that they know is going to bring you over to their side. And by their side, I mean the demonic side. Now, when you go on some of these trips, and this is not just simply for women, this is also for men too. Most of the time, you will have the most demonic of the group turn around and tell the person that is a more innocent one, hey, why don't you go ahead and do this? Hey, why don't we go ahead and do that? Hey, you only live once. Oh, YOLO or solo or whatever the hell they say it is. But you usually will have that truly demonic person talk to the innocent person and talk them into a life of damnation. They will do something that they will regret, and they will regret it because now they've taken on a soul. They've taken on a demonic soul. And in actuality, I don't think demons have souls, but whatever the entity is called, it's called an entity. But you will often see it with groups of people who have come together with no familiar bonds. And when I say familiar bonds, I mean family. I mean lifelong friends, people who have shown themselves to want to cover your back no matter what. And I'm not talking about cover for you. Cover for you and cover your back are two different things. Cover for you is a person who is going to help you in your misdeeds. Cover up is somebody that's going to paint over the truth. Covering your back is a person that's going to tell you, hey, yo, I don't think we should do this. Hey, I don't think we should go here. That's covering your back. But you will see a lot of these people go on trips or get into business, and all of a sudden you will hear something going bad for the most innocent of them, the person with the least of the sick spirit that the other ones carry. That person will usually have something happen to them, and that is what I'm talking about in sacrifice. See, the devil and demons, they don't just simply allow an innocent person to go unscathed being in their presence. They actually grab that person. They make sure that person has their taint, their fingerprints on them. Not taint. Taint as in spoil, not taint as in underneath your butt. So let me make sure that I say that correctly. But they make sure that they spoil the goodness within that person by making them do something that will corrupt their soul. And if they cannot corrupt their soul, or if the sacrifice demands a life, those people will take it. So when I tell you to be careful about the company that you keep and the places that you go with that company, I am not telling you that to keep you away from having fun or keep you away from having a good time. I am telling you that because if you are the innocent of the group, the demons are going to demand a sacrifice. And your so-called friends, your so-called business associates, your so-called homies, your so-called girls, your so-called sisters, unless they are actual sisters. But those people will sacrifice you up and not even realize what they've done because they were a pawn in the demon's plan. See, God understands that God has given us free will. And in that free will, demons understand that they can exploit it. Don't let the devil exploit you. Don't let demons exploit you. And don't put yourself around people who are going to make you the sacrifice. Just another video for me. Be good, stay good, live righteously, do right things for the right reasons. And know that God loves you and somebody else loves you. And I love you too. Take it easy.